Last night we gave you a peek into the new UMC TLC2 Foundation Cancer Center, which includes 120,000 square feet of high-tech treatments, compassionate cancer care, and new clinical trials. Today, the Lubbock Chamber of Commerce joined officials at UMC to officially cut the ribbon and mark its grand opening.
We are so excited to celebrate the grand opening of UMC Health System TLC2 Foundation Cancer Center. We are thrilled to call them members of the Lubbock Chamber of Commerce.
And that's when the music started. Large outdoor speakers around the TLC2 Cancer Center began playing Ode to Joy, courtesy of the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra. And from now on, this is the song you will hear across the campus every time a cancer patient rings the bell at UMC to say, "I am cancer-free." And now, 2 years after the groundbreaking, the doors officially opened to patients this Monday morning, and it was impressive today, wasn't it?
It's a beautiful building. What's really beautiful is the healing and the research that's going to go on there.
Exactly. We have a lot coming in front of us, and the music, too. We'll hear it all over the campus when somebody rings the bell. That's exciting.
Great.